I was just showing you this book as well, The Story of Yoga by Alistair Shear. I've just started reading. If anyone's interested in borrowing it when I've finished and we're out of this, I shall pass it on. It's really good. All right, I can see there's a few people there. I don't know who you are, but hello and welcome to Lunchtime Yoga. Let's make a start on our half-hour session, everyone. Need to have you here. Come to a comfortable seated position. We'll start with just a little bit of seated today, and we'll do a couple more standing poses than we've done the last few weeks, and then coming back down to the floor and lying down in Shavasana at the end. So in this starting position, just trying to bring your awareness right into where you are right now. You might even want to have a little look around your room, exactly where you are in the world. Have a look down at your legs and then close your eyes and just feel where your legs are there sinking into the floor. Feel the position of your spine. Maybe you can wriggle yourself just a little bit taller. And then if you've still got your head down with your eyes closed, just bring your head on upright again and gentle little turns of the head until you then feel it settle in between your shoulders. Long spine, settled legs. And from our awareness into the room and then into our body, let's come more specifically right into feeling the breath. So feel it coming in and out through your nostrils. And once you got your presence on your breath, start to play with your breath a little bit more. So active breathing. Sometimes when we're working with the breath, we're just observing it. Right now, I'm going to try and get it slightly fuller than your normal resting breath. So as you breathe in, really feel your lungs expand. And as you breathe out, you feel yourself empty out. Couple more, just like that. Inhale. You feel a little bit more openness and length through the front of the body. As you exhale, settling the shoulders, feel that sink right down through the back of the body. Inhaling, feel the belly move, expand your chest and open. Exhale, sinking back down. So follow a couple of rounds of breath without me talking, just feel it yourself. And then keep your breath nice and full, and we'll slowly bring in a little bit more movement. So you can open your eyes if you want, and welcome if you're just joining us. Just starting in this seated position. Let's have the arms overhead now. I'm just going to move back a bit so you can see me a bit better when I get moving. Arms overhead is going to be our inhale, and we'll exhale. Right hand goes over, left hand down, stretching over towards the left. Doesn't really matter which side, just go side to side. Inhale, coming up. And exhale, 3, 2, 1 to the other side. And we'll just do that a couple more times. So working on getting a nice full inhale. A big, slow, steady exhale. And every time you're going over to the side, just notice how that's feeling for you today down the side of your body. And from the little finger all the way down to your hip. Over you go. Okay, let's stay there when you come down next time. Doesn't matter which side you're on, and just pause. Lean or turn slightly down and forward a little bit, and just notice that change in sensation. And then inhaling, coming up and open a little bit. How far back does the arm want to go? And do that a couple more times. So still staying over the same side, just explore turning the chest down and rotating it up. So different feeling in your shoulders, across that side body, a slightly different angle. Last one, and then inhale to come all the way up to sitting, and we'll try those little rolls on the other side, eh? So over we go. Get into what feels like a good manageable little opening there on the side, and just play with turning forward and back, up and down with your chest. Always making sure that you're not pressing into any pain sensations. Going at a pace and a range of movement that feels really good for your body today. Alright, and then let's slowly come on up to sitting. Arms come down. Now I'm going to come to kneeling for the next one. If you can't kneel, just stay seated, no problem. Or you can kneel with the blanket between your heels and your bottom if you want. I'm not going to do that. Okay, let's move the spine forward and backwards now. So in this seated position, hands on your knees, lift your chest and stick your bottom back, open the throat. And exhale, then do the opposite. So head down, bottom underneath you. It's a bit like the cat-cow, but we're kneeling. I'll go side on. So inhale, arch your back. And exhale, curl inwards. Pull the ribs back and stretch through the back of the body. Do that a couple more times. And when you do the exhale, feel free to also hover off your knees, or off your heels, sorry. And then sit back down as you inhale. Last one. Just curling right into yourself, getting a nice opening through the back body. And then through the front body. And let that go. Cool. Now we'll come on up to standing. So we're slowly kind of warming up and moving our body a bit more. So come on up to standing. And the third big movement for the spine is to spin. So take your feet a bit wider than your hips. Get pretty steady there. Arms out and maybe a little fist with your hands. And gently twist from one side to the other. So your spine is tall in the middle. And as I spin here, the hip and the knee and the heel even lift and turn. So let your arms sort of flop around. And with this one, I just let my breath go quite natural. And the back hand can tap across the low back on the opposite side, and the front hand can go across your shoulder. Feel free to go a little bit faster or slower and just keep going for a little bit more. Let your head turn with your shoulders as well. So we've done the three main movements of the spine. That side bend forward and backwards, and now spinning to get us nice and warmed up. Limb it up. Slow that down. Come to center. Inhale, arms over your head. Hold the breath in. Bring your hands down and give your chest a bit of a tap with your fingertips. Maybe around the low ribs. Try and hold the breath in a bit longer. Go to the back ribs. And let it out slowly. One more just like that. Big inhale, arms up. Hold the breath in and do some chest tapping. Maybe with your palms. Right behind you. Feel into the ribs and let it go. Well done. Roll on up to standing. Awesome. Okay. Bring your hands together. I'll come a little bit closer so you can see my hands. And then let's get the thumbs tapping together. Most of what I'm doing today, especially if you've done yoga with me before, you don't really need to see what I'm doing, but sometimes that might help, especially if you're new. So thumbs are tapping. Now do the same and tap all of your fingers together. So leave the heel of your hand together. Good work. Okay. Now try and just stir your thumbs and the little fingers. Take a good breath in. And out. Now try and do your middle fingers, the three middle fingers. Breathing in. And breathing out. Okay. Now try your index and your ring. Ooh. Breathe in. Try and change the rhythm. And out. Okay, now try your thumb and your middle finger. Can you add the little finger at the same time? So you got three lots of... Oh, no, I can't talk and do that at the same time. Ah, all right, shake out your hands. Good work, working up the brain a bit as well. Okay, let's feel into our feet. Now spread your toes a little bit because we're going to try and do some toe action too. So start with just your big toes going up and down. Now you can, if you're feeling onto it with this, you can do your fingers at the same time as you do your toes. I'm just going to focus on my toes. So the big toes are going. Okay, now try all your toes. A little bit of softness in the knees. That's it. And if it helps, look at your toes. If you think you've got it, just stay looking forward. All right, now anchor your big toes. Try and anchor your little toes as well, and try and move those 3 toes in between. You've now got 6 toes lifting up and down. That's the plan anyway. Big breath in. And out. And now wiggle all your toes on the floor. Well done. How'd that go? Okay, so spread your toes and just really feel your weight now on your feet as you come into Tadasana. And let's just wake up back of your feet. So soften your knees, lift and lower your heels. So you do little drops a couple of times. Don't do that if it's painful in your feet or up and down through the body, but let's see if we can do that for a couple of breaths, okay? So inhale, arms come up, keep dropping the heels. Exhale, arms down. Go faster or slow with your drop in if you want. Inhale, arms up. And exhale down. Good work. One more. And on that last one, when you get to the end of the exhale, just pause and hold for a moment. Feel the feet still, the legs still, and take a nice breath in. Good way. Just keep the breath now flowing where is good for you. So standing in Tadasana. So at the top here is standing really nice and tall, and we'll do some roll downs. I'll go side on again. Start pretty soft in your knees. So rolling down the body, head down. Curl into yourself like you're trying to roll your nose down your body. Round the back and slowly come towards your feet. You might be able to touch them, maybe not, no big deal. And roll back up. And we'll just do that a couple more times. So just go with however deep and far feels right for your body at the moment. Not necessarily going for a really big stretch now, just kind of warming things up and getting into feeling. Feeling where the feet, the toes and the heels are solid into the floor. Keep going. Do you notice if you feel like you're standing into one leg more than the other? Or is there a bit more pull down one side than the other? Do you feel you go pretty straight? Just notice as much as you can about this. And then we're going to try with a little turn to one side. So I'm going to turn to my right. Only go as far as you think you can manage. You don't have to turn completely side on. You might just be sort of lined up more with the kneecap. Slowly down the side of the body. Let the arms soften. Push into both feet and slowly come up, and it's the head that comes up last. Let's try the other side. So a little turn of the head and the shoulders, soften the knees and roll down. Push into the feet to slowly come up, and do one more on each side. If going side on is not feeling good for you, just go straight down the front is fine. Getting some nice articulation through the spine. Sensation in your nice solid feet. Maybe a bit of a good feeling of opening through the back of the neck as well. Just notice how that is for you. Great, and stop. Okay. I'm going to go back a bit so you can see me, and we're going to come into a lunge. So let's take, say, your left leg back. Again, it doesn't really matter which one it is. So I think you can see my back foot there. So quite a wide lunge if you can manage that today, just so long as you feel steady. So your hips are in the direction of that front leg, and we'll just stay here for a bit. So it's really steady in your front foot. Feel the toes, the ball of the foot, and the heel steady on the floor, and feel that connection all the way up into your hip. Nice one. Let's just play with a bend and straighten of the back leg. Again, just feeling in for the different sensation through the hips. Range your back as you change the position of the leg. Lots of different ways to do lunges, all with slightly different benefits. Okay, so let's pause with it about the right amount of straight that feels good for you. And is it okay for your hips to sink a little bit more at your max? Just feel where it is good enough that you can hold for a bit longer. And let's go with that stretch from the back foot all the way up through the front body. So lift your ribs a bit. Maybe you can lean back a little bit. If you're feeling wobbly, maybe stand next to the wall, by the way, if you need to. Okay, or don't go any further. Arms over your head. Okay, so keeping the hips low. Really lean back as far as you can manage for your back. Now, if I go too much further, I can't talk very well so you can hear me. But you might be feeling that stretch right from the back of your ears all the way down through the hip to that back leg. Maybe reach the arms back behind your ears even. One more good breath there. Slowly coming forward. Cool, now instead of leaning back, let's lean forward. I'm going to bring my hands down, but keep them there if you feel that works for you, okay? Come into a little balance. So maybe lift your body up a little bit for the first one. Lean the weight into the front foot and lift the back foot off the ground. And then go back into it. So step back, find where your foot was before, the heel's off the ground. And come back into the lunge. And just do that a couple more times. So maybe play with your arms forward. It's not so much going right into warrior three, if you like to normally do that a lot deeper, but you're welcome to if you want. We're just playing with coming in and out of the lunge. Okay, next time you come up into the balance pause, take your arms wide, and as you go back with the foot now, we'll come into warrior two. So turn your shoulders to the side, and as you anchor the back heel now, see how far your hips turn around today, still keeping the front knee lined up with those toes. And I could probably go back deeper next time, see how you go. So turn around and we'll come into the little balance again. Lift the heel, turn the hips, come into the little balance, and then step back. I'm going to try and go a bit deeper. There we go. Turn the heel and open. About 3 more times. So stay deep if you think you can manage it. Maybe go a little bit higher if you need. And turn open warrior two. Good whack. Turn back to the front. Feel your hips move around. And then transfer into the balance. Big step back. Slow and controlled. And the last one on the side. Come back into warrior two for the last time. And hold for 3 breaths. Feel the legs kind of pulling towards each other. Little cheek down that knee is nice and open of your bent leg. 1 more good breath in and out. Slowly lower your arms and heel toe the feet together. Good whack. And we'll try on the other side. So I'll go the other way around. Doesn't really matter where you are so long as you've got space to be safe. Okay. So start with getting yourself steady with that other leg forward and bent now. And just play with the position of the back leg. Do you want to go further back or not? And make sure your feet are on the same kind of lines as your hips here, rather than being on a tight rope. So the balls of the feet both lined up with about your hip bones. Cool, let's stay with it straight. I'm going to go a little bit deeper. That feels good for me today. Okay, let's pause and try and get into a bit of a back bend. So roll the shoulders back, lift your chest, just go tentatively and feel. Make sure you've still got a good connection with the front foot. Maybe your arms come up. If that's still feeling okay, maybe they'll go back. Maybe you lunge a little bit deeper. Can you lift your gaze? So if you're already at your max, don't keep adding other things on. Can you lean back any further as your hips stay low and steady? Really sensing where both feet are holding you up. 1 more big breath in. Slowly bring yourself into the forward lean. Again, either keep your arms forward or bring them out of it the first time. You might need to bend a bit more and drag in to get into the balance. And just try that a couple of times. So you choose how far back you go and how low you come at the front. Really just working on this moving balance. Keep your eyes still on one thing will certainly help. Arms forward if you want. I've got no room. I'm about to plunge myself into the floor in front of me. Can do it on the way back. Last one. Okay, arms wide. Ready for warrior two. So reach the leg back slow. Big toe, ball of the foot. Slowly turn the heel out and down. And then only go as far as you can, still keeping that knee wide. Here we go. Spin around. Hips towards the front leg. Push off, little balance. Slowly step back and low. Open it wide. I could probably go a little bit wider still. Just feel for yourself what's the right amount of step back to make it challenging. Okay, we've got 1 more after this. You might also notice, like me, I'm on a rug that's on a carpet and it's a lot more challenging for balance than that nice hard floor is at uni on our yoga mats. Okay, hold this final warrior two for a bit. Gazing over the arm that's in line with the bent leg. See if you can sink your hips a little deeper. One more nice big breath in. And as you exhale, slowly lower your arms, straighten the front leg. Fabulous. Heel toe your feet in. How are we doing for time? Pretty good. Okay. A little balance pose here, the tree pose. So taking one foot up either around your ankle, your calf, or if you know how to go higher, off you go. Let's bring the hands in your center line. Come into a little bit of stillness here. So try and stand nice and tall and just gaze at something still that's in front of you around your eye line. Find one spot and stick with it. Can you make a little bit more space between your ribs and your hips by lifting tall? If you want to, arms over your head for the final couple of breaths. And if you wanted an extra challenge to finish, maybe gaze up towards your fingertips. If you're a bit wobbly already, don't do that. And as you slowly come back down, turn that knee in, re-straighten the knee and stand steady on both feet. Thank you, lovely toes and heels. Let's go with the other side. So turn the knee out just as far as you can manage to keep your hip points forward. There for me on that side, and then anchor into the foot. Remember, take the foot higher or lower as feels manageable for you to hold for a little bit. Hands in front of the chest. Pose of the tree. So feel your leg pushing into the foot and the foot pushing into the leg. Get that nice anchor and then grow taller. Maybe you want your arms to stretch overhead. Keep the body long and the shoulders settled. And just see if you can get your lungs to fill up a little bit more. One more breath. Look up if you want that challenge. And slowly coming down. Good work. Nice one. Okay, let's come on down to a seated position. I'm going to take the Bhastrika breath. So I'm going to kneel again. Please feel free to sit cross-legged or on a chair or anything that works for you to sit still for a bit. Good work. Okay. Gosh, these half-hour sessions go super fast, don't they? Okay, Bhastrika is a pumping breath. Sometimes it's called the breath of fire. And you're actively using your diaphragm here and these deeper muscles to help pump the breath in and out. So you've just got a little breath and you pump it in and out through your nose by doing a... So lots of action down here to get that little breath pumping in and out of your nose. Now, if you've never done this before, you might just want to watch or listen for a couple of rounds. We'll do 3 altogether. If you've done it a little bit and you feel okay, maybe 10. If you've done it a lot, you might be able to manage 20 reps each time. Okay? So just take one really good normal breath in and out through your nose. Okay, and now go with a breath in again. When we finish this exhale, we'll start with our 10 or 20 pumps. See how you go. So little breath in and off you go. You might stop there. It's a bit hard to talk and pump at the same time. You might have a few more to go. And then if you haven't already, everybody stop. And a nice big full normal breath in. Or slightly bigger than normal. Hands back down. Now I was doing that last one with my hands on around my ribs and my diaphragm so I could feel it. Do that as well if it helps you. Okay, little breath in and off you go. Stop if you need to. Do a couple more if you can. And everyone let it go. Well done. Soften the arms down. Inhale, arms up. So if you can on the final set, if you're not already, do it with your eyes closed. Just really feel into this warming breath. Brings a lot of vibrancy to the body. Okay, here we go. Breathe in. Breathe out fully. Then a little breath in and pump. it all go, everybody. Well done. Okay, just close your eyes for a moment. Let your breath settle and notice how you feel after that. Definitely feel that helps with warming up, just like our day is warming up here. Okay, so let's take some of that warmth and use it in our core stuff now. So I'll go slightly side on so you can see. Come to sitting with your legs in front, slightly bent feet on the floor. Sit up nice and tall on your sit bones. And then as you inhale, take the arms wide so you're opening the chest. Maybe take them back, they might reach to the floor or just hover. And then as you exhale, the arms come back. Curl your ribs under you, sit on the back of your bottom and tuck the pelvis and curl in. Inhale, sitting tall, and then open up. Exhale, coming in. If you want an extra challenge here, as you roll back, hover your feet off the floor. Maybe you can touch your toes. Inhale, straighten the legs out, maybe all the way, and sit up and keep going. So exhale is tucking into a little ball. Only take the feet off if you feel safe for your back. Inhale, open up. Exhale, curling in. Tighten right through your middle, belly button to spine. Inhale, stay strong in the middle, sit tall, strong in the back, and exhale through. Now feel free to try a couple more, maybe a little bit faster, but make sure that you keep control of your back. So not swinging it, nice and control. I'm just going to stay at the same pace for me today and do about 3 more. So legs on the floor as you're arching the back. Maybe the feet off the floor as you curl in. Well, I think I'm pretty infamous for not being able to count to 3, but I might have managed that time. We'll make this the last one. Good work. And then put your feet on the floor. Well done. Take your legs out in front of you and we'll move into Paschimottanasana, which is a forward folding pose seated. So let's do this with the balls of the feet together and coming forward. So I've got my knees bent to start with, which is where some of you might want to be, hands on the floor. And let's stay reasonably active with it today. So feel like your heels, even if they're not going anywhere, are slightly pushing away from you. And your bottom bones are pressing back and your legs are coming down. You might even stay in this position, but some of you might come a little bit further, maybe pressing your legs deeper towards the floor or leaning further forward. So sometimes we do this stretch a little bit more passively. Let's just stay reasonably active with it today. So legs reaching, legs sinking, and sit bones going back as your chest comes forward. See how far you go today with your arms coming round towards your legs. And let your head come just into a nice natural curve with your spine. Maybe it comes down a bit. One more really good breath. Try and slow it down a bit. And then slowly come on up to sitting. And lie down onto your back. It's Shavasana time already, so a couple of minutes to lie down. If you like what we did last week with your legs up the wall, you could try that instead. Otherwise, lie down onto your back. Let your legs straighten out if your back feels okay with that. Tuck your shoulders underneath, close your eyes, and sink into the floor. Just let your body melt into this supported position. Let your breath come to its own natural rhythm now. So we did quite a lot of big active breathing at the start, and then even the Bastrika is definitely very active, pumping the breath. So now we come to just let it find its own groove. Let your belly rise and fall. So feel your body coming into stillness now after a lot of moving. Lots of different positions and angles and speeds with your body. Lots of stimulation and variety for the body today. And now we balance that out with a nice little bit of stillness and rest. Just stay where you are. We've just got about a minute more. Just allow yourself to chill out there. And I invite you to bring to mind someone in your life that's been really kind. Someone that you know that represents kindness. And just kind of feel into that sense of kindness. Maybe you bring to mind an image of that person. There might be a particular memory of acts of kindness, or just the feeling itself. And really offering yourself today some self-kindness. Maybe your first act of kindness here was by taking time out to do some yoga, looking after yourself and your body. Okay, just stay where you are. Just be aware we're about to finish the class, so bring your awareness back into the feeling of your breath. And in these shorter sessions, I'll just leave you to finish on the floor here, then slowly take a little bit longer there if you want when I'm done. Otherwise, slowly bring yourself up and get on with your day. May your day be filled with lots of kindness. Neat to have you here, and I hope to see you soon. Hari Om.